lectures. It's not like that. The purpose of asking you to come in the front rows is that when you go to UPSC PT board, personality test board, we call it as interview board. In the room, in the panel room, there will be round table. Usually in the mock test we have U-shaped table or semicircle table, but in original UPSC usually they have round table where all the 5 panel members will be sitting. So the chair, uh, except for COVID year, all the years the distance between the board and the candidate is hardly 2 or 3 feet, less than that, less than 3 feet might be. So you have to answer keeping your eye contact with them. So slowly it becomes a practice within the classroom, so that you have you keep some eye contact with the faculty members or anybody in the classroom itself, so that you can speak. If you have a question, speak, or if the faculty asks you a question, answer. Suddenly going to UPSC PT board and they are very serious bureaucrats, former bureaucrats, and senior bureaucrats. We can't express ourselves properly. That's the reason I'm asking you to come forward and interact with the faculty member. Am I clear? Yeah. Any question from the previous session? I guess we spoke about newspaper reading, how to read a newspaper. Okay, I think it's a week nearly, so you might have read at least 2 or 3 times, or 2 or 3 days. So I want to know the difficulty of an aspirant when reading a newspaper. You will be having a difficulty. It might be the language, it might be to compare the news article with the syllabus component, or even the basics of the newspaper you might not get into the clarity. I want to hear from you what is that difficulty, so that I can address that difficulty and then we can move on with the today's agenda. Today's agenda would be completely focusing on prelims. So I will tell you a few format of the questions given in the prelims from the past 20-25 years or so. Format in the sense how questions are asked, diverse for types of questions asked in civil services prelims. First thing, that's a format. Second, what are the popular themes UPSC usually focuses on? If you look at any paper, any ESCA paper, at least 60% of the paper questions, all the questions will be based on those popular themes. Themes, format, themes, and what are the sources where UPSC is looking to pick a question, to make a question, frame a question. Those sources I'll show you through the examples. When I say examples, previous year questions. I'm not creating anything or taking any questions from institutes. It's not like that. Directly from UPSC. And we'll speak about sources. Yeah. You got it? Fine. First, we'll focus on difficulties you might have faced in the last week when reading the newspaper. This is the chance. Please, why I'm saying please, even it is a small basic doubt, a rudimentary, you might think it is a stupid doubt. No, it's not. It has a value in this process, in the preparation process. So please ask, clarify, not just related to syllabus. Syllabus, when you're going through with a class, it might be polity, economy, SNT, even a small basic question, clarity is important regarding to syllabus, regarding how examination whole process happens. Mental health, any question you have, how to manage things, that is also a question. Don't think that no, everybody is managing. Why being an adult I can't manage? If I ask a mentor or anybody, I might look, how do I put it, shameful. No, it's not like that. This is the time you need to speak up. Tell me, what are the difficulties? Underlining, okay, good. Is it necessary, must, you're asking? Whether it is necessary or must? Okay, good, huh? Prelims point of. Good, huh? Voice, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good. Huh. Next, boys. No question. Economy. Okay. Hindu. How to read it or whether to read it or what are the facts? Anybody? Anything else? Ah. Okay. Good. Any other question? How much time you are giving on an average? 1.5 hour. Else 2 hours. 3 hours. కల్కి మూవీ కూడా అంత సేపు లేదురా 3 hours ఉందా first question was regarding underlining. I'll tell you a small example regarding underlining. I went to the PT board UPSC interview. We have to wait. My session was afternoon session. Before 2 o'clock, you have to report to the UPSC. And after entering into the UPSC, you have to submit your mobile, etc. And go into a waiting hall, which is again round. I don't know what is the concept of round in UPSC. It's round room. All the paintings you might have read in your art and culture, or most probably you'll be reading those paintings. You can see live paintings there on the walls. It's like a gallery, and then there will be a bench in the sense a table with 4 members checking your documents, etc. And then there will be again round tables, small tables with 5 chairs each, and 6 chairs actually, 6 chairs each table, at least nearly 4 or 5 tables. One person will be there like a staff member, and other 5 chairs for the aspirants, candidates. So you have to enter, you have to show your DAFCA letter, etc. Not DAFCA letter, e-summon letter, and then certificates you have to submit to that guy, and then he will give you a couple of forms. You have to fill it, paste your photographs, etc. So and then you have couple of snacks, etc. newspaper. Usually we have to wait. My turn among the 5 candidates, they are allotted to certain board. We say, right, certain chairperson. They are 5 should go sequence, in a sequence order. So on an average 20 to 30 minutes a student must be in the room, grilled by the interviewers. So other persons, 4 persons, they have to sit and wait. Usually they chit chat and they read newspapers. Some might be doing yoga, meditation. That also happens. Some might be flirting with others, etc. happens to some time pass. So one of the girl, I don't want to, she made it this time. She was in my that round table. Others were somehow discussing, etc. She brought the newspaper, and she was keep on underlining. It was the Indian Express newspaper, because she thought that underlining that puts unnecessary pressure on the other candidates. Actually, keeps on underlining, and then see, they can ask you anything in the board. They can ask you today's newspaper, what is the headlines, what is there in the editorial page. They might ask you. It's a sudden surprise. So I read newspaper in the morning, just a glance, to be careful. But she was keep on underlining, writing something, etc., and unnecessary keeping pressure on us. So she did like that. I did not understand the purpose of doing that there. You understood? Okay, she is a serious aspirant. So no, see, it's not gender issue. I'm not speaking male or female. Don't pull me into that. It's like a mindset of a people who are there. You can sit silent or speak to other guys. That table you occupied the whole paper, underlining things, and I'm not reading the fact. She's reading that fact, and in the board, the same question asked to both of us, she will answer. I won't answer. In worst case scenario, that keeps a mental torture. But please maintain, in any situation in the process, please be mindful, careful, calm mindset. I went to the it was like afternoon session. 2 o'clock, 2:15, first guy went. I was the second guy. She was the 5th candidate. I went and I came. After you attend the interview board, you're not supposed to go into the waiting hall again. You're not supposed, you have to leave taking all your, what do you say, files and mobiles. And then the next candidate, etc., they will go. Later, when marks got released, the final PDF, in that I checked her interview marks. And then she got less than me. In total, she got less marks than me, somewhere around 600 rank or something. See, at that moment, before going into the room, you might be thinking that she's well prepared. That underlining concept or highlighting concept, whole paper looks that she is well read, at least for newspaper. She, what you say, scanned it, analyzed the newspaper completely. Getting my point? So it's not, when I say underlining or highlighting, with the highlighters also, people do it. People do it in the newspaper. See, end of the day, it's up to you. Not to showcase that you read the newspaper to others. It doesn't matter. You getting my point? For example, you read she also asked, a facts related an article. If you think it's a lengthy article, I told you, just glance the article, first reading. If it is not related to the syllabus, cross it off. How to identify whether it is related to syllabus or not? First of all, you should be well read the syllabus. You should identify, okay, this is current issue, which is relevant to the syllabus, any one of the papers. And you think this fact or this initiative, this UNK agency, this scheme of Government of India might be useful. You keep it a box. Why? Because after reading whole newspaper, all the papers, just open it again and you might have underlined or kept a box, right? You note it down or search in the Google. Why? Because newspaper, the printer or the editor will not print that news for the UPSC aspirants. They are for every person in the country or international public, general public. The article is addressing general public, which is not relevant for UPSC aspirants. Am I clear? In an article which is a target audience are all, not UPSC aspirants. So we need to extract something out of that article. If it is related to something environment, climate change, you might have, if you have read today's Hindu newspaper, there was an article regarding a Siro. It's a mammal where you can find in Raimona National Park. They gave a picture of a mammal. Basically, it's a Himalayan Siro. It's another version of Siro. Siro, it's a mammal. It looks like a big goat. It's article given today's Hindu's newspaper. See, they are environmentalists, etc. The details are given in the article, not needed. Once see the picture in the Google. How does it look? Whether it is naturally found in India or not. Second. Third, where is Raimona National Park located? Which river passes through it? What is the specialty about Raimona National Park? That's it. If you want to keep a box, underline, it's up to you. Underlining a newspaper article doesn't mean that you analyze the newspaper article. No. Gradually, maybe for you, as you are from basics, I'll tell you to underline, keep a box of highlight facts, because you're at the ABC level, learning alphabets of this preparation. After 6 months, after 10 months, gradually you'll be going into a stage where by looking at the article itself, you can highlight. No need to write with a pen, etc. See, every time you can't sit with a newspaper and with a pen. Just by seeing itself, you can highlight what is needed, what is not. But I recommend you to take a pen and put it on a paper. It might be highlighting, it might be writing something in the newspaper, because first thing, if it is related to something polity, some polity issue is going on. Beside the article itself, write the basic articles found in the Constitution or any schedules or any act, famous act related to that. Because I told you, target audience are everybody. They will not give you basics written in the Lakshmikant or NCERT. It is yours duty to recall all the facts. If it is related to something, what do you say, delimitation commission or speaker. I think we'll speak on speaker. It's a best example. Couple of days ago, there was an article regarding speaker that after many years in post-independent India, this is the 4th time where speaker election is happening. Speaker election, not just ballot paper, voice vote also is an election. Two candidates are contesting. So in the post-independent India, till 2024 June, only 4 times speaker election happened in the Lok Sabha. They asked how many times delimitation commission was organized or appointed by President of India till 2023 December. 4 times. So that is a possible question for next year. Possibility. That is the highlight you need to take it out from the article. How to know it? First of all, you need to know the syllabus. Second, PYQs. Why I am telling about Raimona National Park? Because they ask about national parks in Northeast or Himalayan region, Indian Himalayan region. Best example is Manas, Kaziranga, Neora Valley National Park, Corbett, etc. etc. What are the areas, scope of that will speak, not a problem. Rivers, mountains, any famous flowers or animals. That's it. Beyond that, he is not going. Location, which state does it belongs to, or what Himalaya, which type of Himalayas are seen there. So scope of reading a newspaper enhances when you have a clarity regarding syllabus and PYQs. Am I clear? For example, the previous class, the sir is teaching which subject? Indian society. Fine. So I'll tell you a small not story, a case study when you're dealing with Indian society or ethics paper or even essay paper. Indian society, even this caste issue, education, transgender, women, child, drugs, trafficking, it rotates around these issues only. Religion, communalism, etc. etc. Sometimes they might ask Indian perspective with foreign perspective, Western particularly. Racism. Nowadays even these are all we are reading in the newspaper. So when you read something related to these kind of issues in the newspaper, just highlight where it is happening. A couple of weeks ago, Kalakurichi in Tamil Nadu, where people had spurious liquor, huge tragedy. I think we did it. So it's an example. We don't have awareness regarding that. And I told you about Tejasvi Satpute, an IPS officer. So you need to connect those examples to write in ethics paper or essay paper. So please be mindful with the syllabus. I think in this booklet they might have given the detailed syllabus. Even in the official notification also, they might have they gave the detailed components. Please read that. Carry a hard copy. Hardly we have 4 or 5 pages. Print a hard copy and keep it with you. Generally, if you're traveling in a bus, in a metro, or whenever you're free, just go through. Okay, what are the detailed syllabus components given in UPSC. After prelim session, after a couple of other classes, we will try to decode mains syllabus in detail components. How to make notes, how to read newspaper effectively, how to put it on a paper. End of the day, you have to put it on a answer booklet. That only matters. Underlining in the newspaper, okay, it's up to you, but pick it out the best and put it on a paper. That is needed. End of the day, you have to write 9 papers. So constantly develop writing something. What was the second question? What was the second question? Exhaustive preparation. That was the question, right? When to stop or where to stop? That was also a question. I think the answer to both the questions will be the same. After this session, you will be having more clarity with regards to prelims. For mains, we'll speak in the upcoming classes. See, first job is read the syllabus. I'm not saying mug up the syllabus, memorize the syllabus, word to word. It's not like that. If you have done it, it's well and good. What I say is understand the concept of UPSC syllabus. Why UPSC gave such kind of detailed syllabus for a aspirant preparing for civil service exam. There might be some reason for it. Why UPSC wants a person to read such a lengthy syllabus. Particularly if you look into optional, lots of components are there. So keep the optional aside as such. Nowadays, ethics paper became more relevant. after 2013-14, the paper 4, GS paper 4 became very relevant. Still people are getting, I'll tell you this example. Pooja Singhal, 2000 batch, she got some 26th rank or something. 2000 batch. She created a record. Youngest IAS, female IAS officer of the country. At 21 years, she cracked the exam. She became youngest female IAS officer in the Indian history. And Limca Book of Records, you might have heard, which records, she got her name printed in that records for being youngest IAS officer, female IAS officer in the country. Down the line, after 20 years nearly, she had, her life, career went, she climbed the ladder very quickly. Promotion, popularity, her meritorious performance, awards, etc., very quickly within 20 years. And she became secretary of many ministries also. And in 2022, she got arrested by Enforcement Directorate for money laundering case in Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, for siphoning off nearly 20 crores. 20 crores nearly. 20 crores is a very small amount when the position secretary high levels. Nowadays scams of 2,000 crores, 3,000 crores. But 20 crores, I think they got evidence of the 20 crores. Other crores they might not. So she was celebrated, not just Indian perspective, but world perspective. She is very hardworking, very popular IAS officer, Pooja Singhal. And she got arrested and she got suspended, etc. Charges are going on. But she became example 20 years ago for female aspirants, not just female aspirants, whole community of civil services, that this is possible. Getting into civil services through some hard work is possible. Youngest minds of India, possible. Now she set an example that if you get popularity, if you get power, if you get prestige, you'll become most corrupt. Once she was celebrated as a hero, gender neutral. Now she's hated in the community. At least for the people hate her, because she's siphoning off daily wager ka money, 20 crores of daily wage people. This is an ethical case study. There is a quotation by Abraham Lincoln saying that if you want to know the character of a man, give him power. Again, gender neutral, it's not woman or man, person. If you want to check the character of a man, give him power. A quotation made by Abraham Lincoln. It can be a possible question in your essay or ethics. If ethics, such question is there, how do you write the answer? By quoting such examples. Now you tell me, you want to underline and remember the concept in the newspaper. There is no exhaustive concept also in there. Okay, this year she made the illegal scam, this year she cleared the exam, this year she got some rank, etc. Not needed. You understand the picture behind the article, the concept behind the article. For example, by 2025, people said that 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 2019, that time, people said that by 2025 or 2030, will be target is that $5 trillion economy. Why 5 only? See, $5 trillion economy, opposition says that this is not possible. This is a gimmick. China is 18 trillion. 18 trillion. We want to become third economy, largest economy, with a target of $5 trillion US dollars economy. China's is 18. So, why 5 trillion economy? What are the prospects to achieve 5 trillion economy? Which industry will drive 5 trillion economy? This should be an aspirant's thought, not a general public. Few people who are in support of government, they say that it is possible, within 1 year we'll achieve it. Again discussion, BJP versus Congress, not needed. Because you will be working under, obviously your civil servants, you are supposed to achieve that, not the politicians. So the roadmap, you should prepare. You in the sense senior bureaucrats, senior civil servants. So your thinking process should start from there. Why 5 trillion economy? Within how much time we can complete it, which industry where it should create jobs in line with technology, parallelly with technology it should create jobs, it should be sustainable in nature. So that is the area you should start your thinking process, not remembering okay this is the number, this is the approach. That is someone else perspective given in the news article editorial pages. That is someone expert who is already well read. He might be working in the government, Niti Aayog, etc., or in the private institutions. It's not needed. Don't mug up those details. You just read it. Okay, this is a positive approach. If you find very good example, pick it up and put it in your notes. I would recommend you to come up with your own ideas, with your own perspectives. Most probably positive approach. Till now, any question? See, day one it is not possible. I can understand. Even I went to the same journey. Everybody must go through the same journey. From the day one, it is not possible. You attend the classes, be attentive, ask lots of questions to the faculty member or to anybody, to your co-aspirants also. Start thinking in those lines. Then it is very much possible. In this class, I want to stress that if I can do it, if I can get in top 300, you can definitely clear it. I made plenty of mistakes in preparation. Don't make those mistakes. Easily get top 100. It is very much doable, considering the fact that your preparation is standard and serious enough. Yeah. Did I answer your question? One thing, prelims a little exhaustive preparation is needed because nowadays they are asking some random information also, but mains not needed. We will analyze prelims first and then we'll go to the mains down the line. Then you can understand. Prelims because they have to filter or eliminate lakhs of aspirants. What was the application number? How many people applied this year? 14 lakhs. Sure? What is the source? India Today. India Today. Okay. In Inadu, I read it was 13 lakhs. 13 lakhs will keep. 13 lakhs. From 13 lakhs, how many people will be writing the exam? 6. This year, 6. Six lakhs. See, in that 13 lakhs, few people might have cleared the exam. People who, even I applied for 24 prelims because we don't know what can be the result, but I did not write 24 prelims. So few people might apply like that. So out of 13 lakhs, 4 or 500 or might be 1000, something like that, it would be, will be not writing. But 6 lakhs, less than 60%, 50% they come and sit for the prelims. You must, if you clear, if you get rank 1, your competition for that year would be 13 lakhs. It's not 6 lakhs. Because most of the candidates, out of anxiety, out of fear, out of low confidence, they don't come to the exam. But you came and sat in the exam. You appeared for the exam. First step itself, you achieved something. Your courage. You're strong enough, mentally strong enough that you came and appeared for the exam. That itself shows your success. Tayari hi jeet hai. So your competition would be 13 lakhs. 6 lakhs, prelims they appear. I told you in notification, 12, 1:12 or 1:13 or in between. They will filter it out for mains. There are vacancies of 1000, 13,000 people will be sitting in the mains. Sometimes more if there are vacancies. So out of 6 lakh, considering the fact of CSAT's level of difficulty, paper 2 level of difficulty, 13,000 to 14,000 this year. They might be sitting for mains. Out of 13,000 again ratio is there, 1:3, 3.5. Matlab interview, if 1000 vacancies are there, 3000 approximately will be going for interview. 1:3 ratio. That is also mentioned in the notification. 3000 or we can take 2500. See, filtering, which is more difficult, at which stage it is very difficult? Prelims. 6,000 to nearly 10,000, 11,000. Most of the candidates will be eliminated here itself. So, the process should be difficult for the candidates to get eliminated. Would be first one, first level itself, preliminary examination. Though in notification they gave syllabus of prelims, it is not detailed like mains. Mains they have to give 20 questions for every paper. They are limited. If I am UPSC examiner, if I want to make a 20 questions ka paper, I am very limited. I don't explore the scope. Per subject, hardly 4 or 5. If I want to prepare geography questions, 4 or 5 according to the syllabus. I have to strictly follow the syllabus. Prelims is not like that. I told general science. Anything I can give from biology, chemistry, biotechnology, physics, space, anything. Environment and ecology, which does not read any specific specialization. Still, they are giving a little difficult questions because forest service also. Indian polity, they are giving sometimes very easy questions, sometimes very difficult questions, in-depth questions, 23. So prelims, the scope is very high for him to give a difficult question. But for mains, very limited. Hardly 1 or 2, sometimes bouncer questions or very unknown questions. That also you can manage if you are very well prepared. So prelims, be careful. Exhaustive preparation. When I say exhaustive preparation, don't do PhD on that topic. Just you might have read PYQs, NCRTs, and some classes. Then you'll understand where I should stop myself. 2017 All India Rank 1, Anudeep Durishetty IAS is currently Collector of Hyderabad. Sir says that a curiosity is a factor for prelims to clear it. X factor we say, right? So it is the X factor. Curiosity when it is related to strong topics, economy, environment. IR nowadays, international relations. A little curiosity is needed. Then only you can answer questions in prelims. Particularly those 35 to 40 questions where elimination methods, rational guessing, those kind of things work. With full-fledged preparation, 45 to 50 maximum you can attempt. Rest, you need to come up with your own skill. Prelims is a game of skill. How to develop that skill comes up with your curiosity. We'll do that exercise also, not a problem. Did I answer your question? Exhaustive, yeah. What was the third? You asked something? Business paper. See, for the beginners, Indian economy, focus on NCRT. See, this is my suggestion, not compulsory. This Indian economic development, NCRT would be there, class 11, and 12 macroeconomics. Just read it once, particularly India economic development, that book you go through. Rather than reading Ramesh Singh, you focus on, there is a book by Tamil Nadu SCRT. You just ask your faculty also, maybe in the future. If he also or she also suggests the same thing, you follow this. Tamil Nadu, you might have heard about Tamil Nadu history textbooks. They say that prelims. Tamil Nadu economics textbook, particularly 12th class, it is very lucid. It is basic textbook itself. All the concepts related to UPSC are covered in that book. Just go through it. Read it once. You'll have clarity. Okay, this term related to this thing. This policy is related to this thing. This inflation or Federal Reserves of US has impact on Indian economy like this. Basic things are very much clear in that book. Simple language, detailed explanation, examples are given. So I recommend you to read it once. Don't try to make any notes. Notes you can make it from classes itself. Coming to newspaper, that will do the exercise how to read economy also, how format economic. Start with Indian Express. Indian Express you can get one Telegram channel, Express Explain. Otherwise you want to read the newspaper. Read it online, it is available. Don't buy anything. In this preparation, try to save your money as much as possible. Even nowadays reference books are also available online free. So if you have a tab or laptop or a mobile. So Indian Express, you can read it economy. Hindu, just go through the headlines. If it is related to finance ministry, just read the article because it is Indian economy. Something related to some foreign country ka, avoid it. Something related to private manufacturing company, leave it. Some businessman invested in this thing, leave it. But I told you key terms. Initial public offering, IPO, might be mentioned in one of the article. What is IPO? Something related to RODTEP. That all you will be reading in classes, don't worry. Something related to angel tax, windfall tax, taxation related to Indian economy. Just highlight what is angel tax, what is windfall tax. Google it. Simple definition, write it in your notes. One example. Read through examples so that you can remember for a longer period. In prelims, he will not ask you directly. He will give you an example set of indirect question and then he will ask you to deduct it. That's the reason conceptual clarity is important. Any other question? Minimize the time of reading newspaper. 3 hours, 2.5 hours. I don't think down the line, after 6 months or 5 months, cut it down. You will read, you'll cut all the unnecessary articles, that you will do it. Focus on NCRTs, PYQs. Everybody has an, See, when I was preparing in a Bangalore, national news would be same for everybody. International, national. News related to South and Karnataka state, Bangalore, etc. They might be different, obviously. So I used to pick examples from Karnataka or South, which are related to syllabus. Some example I'll tell you. We have a couple of, there are many lakes, but the lakes which are surviving in Bangalore are very little. Belanduru Lake, Ulsur Lake, there are many other lakes in this Bangalore. Bangalore is a city of lakes previously. Mysore state, right, that it was an advanced state, and Vadayar and Tipu Sultan, they created Mysore state as one of the advanced state in the world that time. Bangalore being a cantonment area of British, they also encouraged the investment, private investment and public investment. They dug up many lakes. Now they were all encroached, occupied by these software parks and big buildings, some things. So these lakes are either encroached or polluted. Same goes with Hyderabad, Aminpur Lake, Hussain Sagar, or etc. etc. So when you write anything related to geography answers or environment answers, you need examples to substantiate your point. Encroachment is happening, wetlands are destroyed by something XYZ. You need to substantiate with an example. I would take examples from Karnataka, because I am reading Bangalore news nearly 10 to 11 months. So I might have at least basic understanding how does Karnataka geographically, politically or economically functions. Basic idea. If you are in Hyderabad, do the same thing. Getting my point? There is a concept when you read environment, you might have a Indian government declares bioheritage sites. No need to write anything. Bioheritage sites. When a site, natural site, is an ecological hotspot related to birds or flora and fauna, any other thing. In Telangana, Aminpur Lake is the only bioheritage site in the Telangana. Now it was a suggestion that Vikarabad, some grasslands are there. Yankatala grasslands nearby Vikarabad and that area. They want that grasslands also to include into bioheritage sites, because lots of birds migrate to that area, and it is an ecologically sensitive area. Now everybody is trying to encroach areas. So when I read the news article, I am not from Hyderabad, but if I am a Marathi, Tamil, etc., if I read that article in the Hindu newspaper, for me whole concept is irrelevant. Only two things I need to take it out. One is the only lake, only site in Telangana which is BHS tag, bioheritage site tag. Second thing, Enkatala grasslands. which is in Telangana. Telangana, I'm not speaking of district, because they will give you grasslands or Himalaya mountains or lakes, and they will give you location. How do I know that that type of question will be formed? PYQs. Lake, where it is located. If you find unique examples of that state, that district, that city, note it down. Write as an examples in your mains paper. Even sometimes in interview also, they might ask you local issues. Don't mug up anything. Understand the concept, the picture behind the article. And I was speaking of time, I spoke the time. Anything else? Sports paper, avoid it. Avoid it. Unless it is very Pragnananda Gukesh. They became youngest grandmasters in chess. So it is like a proud moment for country. Exceptional moment. Just read about that competition. IPL, I don't recommend. In one of the previous CAPF questions, one question was asked IPL. I think it was happened in Sharjah, I guess, previously. Sharjah, UAE. UAE. Only one time it happened in 2 times. That was a question I asked. COVID times. That question was asked. So, but in civil services prelims, when you check somewhere in 2000s, early 2000s, they used to ask couple of questions. That too regarding Arjuna awards and famous personality associated with that sports. In recent times, in 2021, 2 questions was asked. It's not related to cricket. Cricket usually they avoid, because most of the candidates they might have known with cricket. To give level playing field with the girls also, they will not ask cricket as such. They might ask hockey or volleyball, basketball, something related to that. Soccer, they can ask. Olympics, etc. So in odd years, 21 and 23, they asked. This year they did not ask. 25 is an odd year. They might ask 1 or 2 questions. I don't recommend, because for 1 or 2 questions, reading everyday newspaper and collecting all the information is not will not give you huge returns. Rather than that, read newspaper 1 more time, NCERT 1 more time. That will, see, end of the day, if you giving some time to your preparation, it should give you back. So see that. I'll tell you a few themes so that you can focus. Any other question? Prelims. Okay. Just see, video regarding current affairs video. I mean, in summary. When I was in the school, people used to teach subjects, right? Teachers. Then I used to judge people based on their what do you say, teaching skills. I mean, in school, colleges, etc. And their ideologies, etc. But I also worked teacher for 2 years, teaching 10th, 11th, and 12th subjects like history and political science. When I am on the dais, on the stage, seeing people, you are very interested, if you are generally interested, if you are not interested, and sometimes they might not respond. It might be difficult topic. Sometimes they are not interested in me as such. When I experience that on the stage, then only I'll understand the plus and minus of being a teacher. I'm experienced as a teacher. That's the reason this example. Sitting like a student, other side, seeing from that side will not give me the picture when I judge the people in my school. When I'm on the dais, seeing all the minds, then it is how difficult I'll understand. Seeing a compilation video or YouTube video would be easy. I'll give you some 20 minutes or 15 minutes time. I'll make what are the highlight points. But he knows the pain. He is experienced what to pick and give you to the aspirant community. If a paper is given to him or her, the YouTube candidate or whatever it is, the online classes, that person will write effectively. Why? Because he well read the newspaper, he picked what is needed, what is not needed, he read PYQs. You are following him. End of the day, you need to sit and write the prelims, write the mains. Then creativity will not come out of you. Mains, the credit, see, everybody will be writing the same content, at least for basic answers. Why there is a difference between a candidate getting highest marks and the lowest marks? Particularly in essay. Essay candidate got this year 168. She did not clear the cutoff because other papers were not so good. But the person who cleared the paper highest essay was 148. Rank 15 or something. I got 124. There is a variation of 24 marks from that candidate and me. Per essay 12 marks. 12 marks in a paper. In an essay, not just paper. 24 marks in a paper. 131 I got in paper 2, which is third highest. Some might got 80. What is the difference of 50 marks? They might have missed a few questions. The quality of answers might not be up to my level. Highest marks is we'll speak of highest marks, not 80 marks. 134, 131. The highest paper 2 score was 134 and 131. See, 134 highest as of today, as of my knowledge. It is possible in the previous paper, in the previous years, 140 was also given for toppers. Every year it might be changed. Even this year also, as mark sheets are out, most of the mark sheet I have seen, 134 is highest. It is possible that more than 134 is also given. It's not absolute, relative. 2 or 3 marks. Why 2 or 3 marks there is a differentiation? Because that person 134 is more creative, more quality he might have produced or she might have produced. So that creativity, that essence, see, end of the day UPSC wants your face in the paper, your face in the preparation, not someone else. So I don't recommend to watch someone else video. See, if you don't understand it properly, you tried couple of times, still you don't get it, then see, end of the day it's the last resort. But at the first instant, out of low interest, don't do it. You skip it, that article for time being, you move on to with other articles, you come back. It happened to me also. Economy articles. Usually I not very much interested to dwell into deeper. I avoid. I have general understanding. I move on with the international, next page, international relations articles. I'm more interested. I read in depth of IR. It is not good. Something in depth, something basic information, not so good. You need to keep a balance. Every paper you need to score good enough so that all the papers will help you to push into the PDF. Am I clear? Sometimes happens, every day same interest won't be there. So shift to something interesting in the newspaper. Movie news or sports news. Actually, when I was in the cabin, sir was speaking of examples from the movies and web series. I recommend you. I have examples also, prelims papers, to show you how movies and web series nowadays will improve your creativity. Any other question? Can you see this, boys? I remember my school days, very conservative school, where we used to divide into two sections of boys and girls. So it is a co-education. Boys complete section, not in one section. Now I can see boys one side, girls one side. Why so? In usually coaching circles, we mix up. We sit as like uh, girl boy mixture. It was a mixture. Why boys separate, girls separate? It's your personal choice. Huh? What? సిగ్గుపడతారేంటి చెప్పండి. You took penance till I clear the exam. I won't have a relationship. అట్లనా? Relationship might be friendship also, companionship, friendship, buddy. We need some mental relaxation would be there. Speaking to sister, focus. Okay, fine. I want you to make note of this. I'll be telling you to few important things. These are the solid foundation how to direct your prelims preparation. I'm not saying this is a full proof strategy, but it helped me. It might help you also. Frankly, tell me, how many of you process newspaper, today's newspaper? Just have the newspaper, not read the newspaper. Have the newspaper, Hindu or Indian Express. Why don't you have the newspaper? Okay. Boys, no newspaper, why? Why no newspaper? Syllabus sheet. Write it down. Don't take pictures. Write it down. Syllabus sheets. How many have you possess syllabus sheets? At least this copy. Right now. See, all these sessions will not matter until you have some basics covered in your preparation. When I say basics, what is the syllabus? How does at least 24 ka prelims, have you seen the paper? Just glance at 100 questions. All of you. Kalki Jushno. See, you're not getting the point. It is very much doable. At a point of time when you write prelims and you miss the cutoff by only 2 or 3 marks, or miss the mains cutoff, you wrote the mains and missed the cutoff only for 5 or 10 marks, that gives a guilty feeling for lifelong. See, end of the day, if you don't make it to one attempt, you have to wait till the next, and it will be counted in your life for the life. Some seriousness is important. These are basics. You're a grown up, an adult. It should come within you. I recommend buy the paper, hardly 8 or 9 rupees, right? Buy the newspaper so that you have that feeling of taking a paper and making news out of it. Take a pen and reading that newspaper. We don't miss the details of an article. That's the reason. I insist. Yeah. Keep a heading. Diversity. First top heading is Civil Services Preliminary Exam 2025. Anybody want to write 26 attempt? Skipping 25 attempt and appear for 26? No, right? Oh, there are people. Why not 25? Your age? 19. You're also not eligible? Eligible. Okay. You might be thinking, okay, not a problem. As of now, my analysis was applied only to 24 and 25 prelims, because I wrote 21 prelims, 22 prelims and 23 prelims. 3 attempts. 3 understanding of that, just 3 prelims, and last 25-year prelims, I made this thing, which was applied to 24 also and 25 also. After that, if UPSC wants to make necessary changes, this might not work. depending upon future papers. So this is applicable only to 24 and 25 prelims. Fine. Diversity. First heading. In that diversity of questions, first subheading, matlab diversity in the sense, in 100 questions, how does UPSC gives diverse type of questions? Example, a question will be given, a statement will be given, 4 options. That is one type of question format. Match the following. He will give pairs, etc., etc. One type of question. Assertion reasoning. I mean, statement 1, statement 2, both are correct. Explains the first statement. That is one type of question. And then sometimes he gives 1, 2, 3 statements, and then he will 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only. That is certain format. One more format. Only 1, only 2, only 3, only 4. That is the diversity. Not just in framing the question, diversity in subjects. That also will be speaking. If you have any query, you did not understand anything, please raise and stop me there. First, diversity, terminology based question, right? First subheading, terminologies. Put it on a paper. Don't take pictures or I'll take notes from my friend. No. Put it on a paper. Any rough sheet or whatever sheet it's in, put it on a paper. I'll show examples also, not to worry. In UPSC, from the last 11 years, from 2013 to 14, particularly after the change of syllabus, they are focusing on terminologies. I'll explain, not to worry. Terminologies is example. What is state? State in the sense not Telangana, Andhra, that concept. Nation state. Which year question this is? Which of the following best explains or defines the term state? Which year? 21 prelims. Okay, I'll explain. State. State and ఏంటి? Okay, simple question. What are the 4 parameters to judge an area as a state? Government, good. What is the 4th one? Culture. Someone told. Sovereignty, that's it. So in a statement, in the 4 options, if you find these 4 parameters, population, territory, government and sovereignty, it's a state. UPSC will parajumble all these things within a definition, within a statement, and will give it to you. No need to worry about the lengthy statements, no. You just find these 4 parameters in the option, that's it, state. Now go back and check in 21 prelims, if you find these 4, because all the 4 options A, B, C, D will be very near. You need to eliminate, right? You need to come to the best definition. These 4 parameters in that definition will make it the best explanation of state. What is the source of this state? Where does the UPSC frame this question? Polity, Lakshmikant? NCERT. Which NCERT? NCERT everybody will say. Class 9, Democratic Politics. No need to remember that, but still NCERTs are crucial. Yeah, that was polity. When I say terminologies, definition, state. Sometimes ask the purpose of that term, purpose of that fact, purpose of that policy. Atal Innovation Mission, it was a scheme under Niti Aayog. He asked, what is it? What is blue carbon? Purpose. Definition, meaning, purpose. Next, core idea, parliamentary form of government. What is core idea of parliamentary form of government? Democracy is a superior virtue. Why it is like that? Core idea. Vatta Kiruttal 2023 question. What is the core idea of Vatta Kiruttal? It's a practice. 23 prelims. You go back and check 23 prelims. Yeah. The subjects or the topics in which terminology based questions are asked, write down like bullet points. Economy. In economy, they'll ask. That's the reason when you find economic article related to any issue, Indian economy, particularly Indian economy, focus on small definitions, key terms, bad bank, non-performing asset. That is a keyword. What is non-performing asset? What is bad bank? What is foreign portfolio investment, FPI? What is FDI? What is total fertility rate this year? IMR, infant mortality rate, MMR, maternal mortality rate. What is it? Economy based questions. We'll well into details, not a problem. Next, environment definitions. Once 2019 or 18, they asked ecosystem. What is ecosystem? What is ecosystem? Biodiversity. Definition. See, all the 4 options will be very near. You need to come exactly the best. Ecosystem. Basic question, 6th class NCERT. That's it. Ecosystem is the interaction. Where life exists, it's a biodiversity, environment. All the living things and non-living things appear. Biome, where life exists. Ecosystem, the interaction between the organisms. And living between and non-living organisms. Air, non-living. We interact by taking the oxygen. Living. Ecosystem. Next, science and technology. Example, aerial metagenomics, microsatellite DNA, 23 ka prelims. 2 questions in science and technology. Based on these 2 questions or that, 2 questions were asked, science and technology. History, every year at least 1 history terminology based question will be asked, sometimes 2, sometimes more than that. 2015 or 16, they asked 5 terminologies. You remember hundi? Hundi. If you go to temple, there is a hundi. In medieval India, hundi was related to bills of exchange. Previous year question. During that paper, they asked 5 questions. One was hundi. Next, polity. Polity, you keep a bracket and specially write these words, because polity is the simplest terminology based questions will be given related to polity. Because UPSC knows that you will be reading lots of such complicated topics, simple topics in polity, but you don't know the exact meaning of that term. 23 prelims, what is due process of law? 2016 or 17, they asked, what is rule of law? Procedure established by the law. These are mentioned in the constitution, but we don't know exact meaning of that thing. Freedom, liberty, rule of law, justice, welfareism, welfare state. In preamble, how many types of justice are mentioned? In preamble of India, on Indian constitution, how many types of justice mentioned? 3. What are those? Previous year question. Simple. Done? Can you see? These things no need to write. If you want to write it, it's up to you, because it's these things you need to analyze. I just put up in this as an example. Economy in 2013, open market operations. That was asked. What is open market organization purpose? Again, 2013 open market operations, that was made as an option in 2023 when they asked about beta and sterilization. After 10 years, see, UPSC plays this game. In the previous attempts, in the previous prelims, the options which are right, sometimes wrong, right? That options will be picked if it is related to basic subjects and made as a question in the next upcoming prelims. That's the reason people say that analyze PYQs. I'll show you, not a problem. Seed village concept, 2015. Again, integration of economic development and village economics and agriculture. Merchant discount rate 2018. Gold tranche related to IMF 2020. Indirect transfers 22, where we pay money for imports we are getting, indirect transfers. 23, two questions were asked, beta and sterilization. 24, if you have seen 24 paper, collateral borrowing and lending obligations. Belongs to which market, purpose? Which market? Money market. For example, you are a new aspirant. You don't know the answer of this question, but still you can get with your, what you say, rational guessing. How? Borrowing. Collateral. When you take a loan, you'll put collateral. House, land, gold, etc. You'll take money. And then there will be some prescribed code, interest rate. Within this prescribed time, you need to pay the interest rate and pay the amount back along with interest. That is obligation. Lending and borrowing obligation will be related to money market. That's it. Simple. See, I can say it's simple, but I can understand from your point of view. As of now, it is very difficult. But slowly you read the concept, basic concepts, analyze NCERTs, read newspaper. Then at that time, you can deduct to the final answer. One more small observation. When you find any, okay, we'll take environment as example, and I'll tell you this. Can you see, boys, this slide? Actually, this is PPT. They changed it something else. In environment, don't need to write these things. These are examples. I'll tell you what to write. An ecosystem, blue carbon. I went to 21 prelims. First prelims. What is blue carbon was the question. Now, in school days and from the early stage itself, I used to read newspaper, not English newspaper, Inadu, Telugu newspaper. So whenever I find new terms, something new, not terms as such, something new, I used to know about it. Particularly it is related to international relations or animals, flowers and animals. Particularly interested to know things about it. Whenever I used to get new things, don't take pictures. I asked you to write. So whenever you find new term, you break it into two halves, more than two halves if needed. And when I say two halves, at least one half should be meaningful to understand. Blue carbon, by the term itself, they broke into two. Blue, carbon. In the options I saw, blue matlab, green matlab trees, blue matlab water, carbon matlab carbon compounds, might be gas. Carbon dioxide. Blue matlab oceans will sequestrate carbon. If it is green carbon, trees. I broke the term into two and understand with the options. Have you understood? Carbon metric. Carbon, you keep it. What is metric? Measurement. Anything, some basic you broke it and try to get with your basics. Metric matlab measurement. I used to read trigonometry in my 11th and 12th. Geometry. We know metric matlab measurement. So now carbon. So there's something, they're measuring carbon. Why they will measure carbon? When carbon dioxide is high outside. In the question they gave that United Environment Program is using carbon metric for purpose of what? That was the question. They gave a hint that UNEP, Environment Program. So carbon related to something protecting the environment. So they are measuring the carbon dioxide released into atmosphere so that to keep a track of it. Global warming. Got the correct answer. This is the skill. UPSC will put something unknown questions to test your skill. Sometimes your risky behavior. As an IAS officer, IPS, you need to take risky attempts sometimes. He is testing your risk-taking ability from the stage 1 itself. You have to take the risk. In mains, possibility of risk-taking is very less. Prelims, very high. So be mindful of that. Miyawaki method, 22 prelims. When I was in, after COVID-19, I joined a job It was school. It's an international school. See, nowadays in international school, rather than education, extracurricular activities are more. Education, obviously, they'll say CBSE curriculum and Cambridge or IB curriculum, but they will take 3 lakh, 4 lakh fee, convent fees, showing other something activities to lure the parents. This activity, that this painting, etc., etc. So they celebrate lots of days. Today, World Anti-Drug Day, Blood Donor Day, not February 14th, but sometimes they celebrate February 14th for teachers. Seriously, they celebrated World Men's Day also. When is World's Men's Day? In which month? First of all, do we have World's Men's Day? December, I guess. Exact date I don't remember. December, end of the year. They celebrated that also. World Environment Day on June 5th. They celebrated. My school principal and the students made some activity. In that they mentioned about the contribution of Miyawaki, Japanese environmentalist. He came up with urban forestry, small forestry, Miyawaki method. Then I knew, okay, Miyawaki is the person. His method is for forest conservation. The next prelims it came. I was lucky that it came, but I was attentive to my surroundings. I was curious about my surroundings. You be curious about your surroundings. Wolbachia method. Wolbachia is like a microbe which they inject into mosquito body so that reproduction of mosquito will be reduced. It does not kill the mosquito. It will reduce the reproduction of mosquito and the effect of that plasmodium, that whatever it is, it will reduce the effect so that it will not transmit the disease, malaria, dengue, etc. Am I clear? That is, actually this was a question asked in one of the mock test by popular institution. I don't want to name that institution. I practiced that. Luckily, 23 prelims it was asked. Greenwashing. What is greenwashing? Now you tell me. Greenwashing is very new to you. Break it into two. Green and washing. Okay. You need a break? Huh? It's 12:04. You need a break? Class is still 1:30, not 1. Okay? There are 20 slides nearly. We are at the 4th slide. Okay, I'll continue. See, for mains you have to sit for 3 hours, right? For me, no problem. For you. Fine. మొహమాట పడద్దు, అడిగితే కావాలంటే అడగాలి, లేకపోతే అడగద్దు. యూ వాంట్ ఏ బ్రేక్? యా, టేక్ ఫర్ 12:04, 12:05. I'll come at 12:15. 10 minutes. Go back fast. Come for after the break. 10 minutes. officer trainees. Thank you. 2 officer trainees. 1 boy, 1 male OT and 1 female OT. I'm not very sure. Can you hear me? Chal. $12.15 అని చెప్పిన 12.17. For 1.5 year, with the next 1.5 year, try to have some discipline and consistency regarding time. It's your time, because once you miss the time, you can't get it back. That's the reason. Fine, anyway, I'm starting. Green washing. Tell me. Break it. Green and washing. Green matlab I told you. Something related to environment, first of all. Then the basic understanding of green matlab trees. Environment. Someone was saying something. Deforestation, okay. Green washing. I'll tell you. What is brainwashing? Amen. Here పెట్టుకోనా. Green brainwashing. నాకు చెప్పు. Manipulation, good. Manipulation, underline this word. Brainwashing. Any other word other than brainwashing? Greenwashing, brainwashing. I remember a famous what do you say, meme. I don't know whether you know this thing or not. I'm not interested to brainwash you, but I'm interested in washing your brain. Who told this? I'm not interested in brainwashing you, but interested in washing your brain. Sadhguru. No, not Sadhguru. But you're in right direction actually. Nityananda. You know him? Yeah, Kailasha. This one, that meme. Through that me, through this me, I'm speaking to me. No, you haven't heard? They're popular memes. You don't watch YouTube memes, Insta memes. Watch YouTube. Nityananda only. He wants to say that the soul, concept of soul is unique. God has a soul. Myself has a soul as a person. You have a soul. All these 3 things are not different, but same thing. Atman, concept of Atman, you might be reading in history. The Shankaracharya and Ramanujacharya, the Advaita philosopher and Visishta Advaita, the difference lies here. He believes in Shiva. Adi Shankara philosophy he told, but he made it very comedy. That his English, the way he expresses, is very comic. That's the reason in that meme, in that video, it became a fun. Through that me, through this me, talking to me. Kannada, who is from Karnataka? Anybody from Karnataka? You might have known Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. Everybody is Telugu? Greenwashing. Options. After reading this, even I don't know what do you mean by greenwashing in before prelims. In 2022 prelims, when I attempted this question, I broke it into 2 terms. One is green, one is washing. I connected to brainwashing. When I know brainwashing is manipulating of our opinions. Same I apply to the options.
one of the options is that a product by a company, they sell it in a format that it is eco-friendly in nature, but in reality it is not. The mobile which we carry, they say that it was made in a eco-friendly methods, but in reality it is not. That is greenwashing. There is something called as whitewashing. Whitewash, where you do the coating for the walls, where you try to clear it with the cement, etc., with a layer of whitewash. It is also manipulating the coating. Same applies to greenwashing. So try to break it into two meaningful halves and connect with the options. We'll get it. Again, polar code related to navigation in polar waters. Names of species. See, when UPSC asks anything about species, there are two types. One is just names, one is in detail about the species. Right now, we are speaking only the names. Example, can you see this? 24 ka prelims. The organisms, cicada, frog hopper and pond skater are insects. 24 prelims. And in somewhere 2017 or 2018, that year, with reference to India's biodiversity, Ceylon frogmouth, coppersmith barbet, grey-chinned minivet and white-throated redstart are birds. They are not asking anything related to that organism, habitat, animal behavior, etc. No, they gave a couple of species. They are asking which species they belong to, bird species or reptile species, etc., insects, etc. So this is also one type of diversity in environment format of the questions. So whenever you find environment articles, you just note down, okay, this name belongs to general species, might be birds, snakes, reptiles, etc. Answer this question. Freddie, Elton, Owen, Siaya, Asha, Tbilisi, Sasha and Savannah are the names of D. Boys. D. Why? Why D? Why grasslands? Okay, Savannah, fine. Have you ever heard of Savannah, name of Savannah as Sasha, Freddie, Elton, Downs, Steppies, Savannah, etc., etc. You might have heard. Elton, Siaya, Freddie. He knows you'll make that mistake. D is wrong option. Names of cheetahs. Sasha died giving birth to few cubs. Cheetahs are dying. Names of cheetahs. Which exam it was asked by UPSC? Civil Services? Geoscientist. Combined Geoscientist preliminary exam conducted by UPSC. General Studies paper. When we speak of sources, I'll speak of this exam also, not to worry. Now, when you read about cheetahs, read the names, because we spent crores of rupees to bring cheetahs from African countries. Example, Namibia, South Africa. Africa, important theme. These are the diversity of questions in environment topic. General science, previous year topics. CRISPR-Cas9, also called as molecular scissors. In a DNA structure, you need to cut certain portions, defective portions, remove it and bridge it with new edited gene, edited in the labs. CRISPR-Cas9 asked 3 times in the previous Qs. Why? Why 3 times? Nobel Prize. Last year Nobel Prize in this field went to click chemistry. Just know about click chemistry. Possible question. Again, microsatellite DNA, break the term. Micro, very small. Satellite, revolving around something. DNA, related to molecular DNA, gene. Deduce the option. Aerial metagenomics, again related to biotechnology. Biotechnology is very important. Whenever you read SNT, please be mindful. Fractional orbital bombardment system. Break it. Now tell me, which field it is related to, FOBS? Defense, okay. Someone told. Space. Orbital bombardment system. Fraction matlab time. Fraction of seconds. See, Russia, United States, even China recently, they tested a missile where they will send the missile into space and then they will attack the target. Why into space? Lower Earth orbit, because we can't track the incoming missile. So that within that fraction of seconds, it will destroy the area. That system, right now India is also working upon it. United States, Russia, China, they worked upon FOBS, Fractional Orbital Bombardment System. 22 prelims. Qubit. What do you mean by qubit? They asked the purpose of qubit, on which technology it was used. Qubit, 22 prelims. Have you seen Avengers Endgame? They will go to micro, even smaller world, and then they go back into the past. That is which technology? Quantum realm, quantum technology. See, in computer the language is directed either for 0 or 1. In supercomputers, quantum technology, 3 ways. One is 0 and 1, one is qubit. Qubit is a measurement in quantum technology, supercomputers. They asked. 22 prelims. Pulsar nebula, they are related to space, cosmos. 23 prelims. New Horizon, string theory, Einstein theory related to some black holes, etc. 2017 prelims. ELISA, 2 times they asked. Antenna, related to space. As history, you know, Hundi, Kulyanavapa, Dronvapa, measurements related to agriculture. Baniya, trader in medieval India. It's a caste also actually. Mirasidar, Upasaka, Aragatha. Aragatha matlab irrigation facility. Fanam and Kuladhara, 22 prelims. Fanam matlab coin. South. Vijayanagara and Kuladhara matlab Sayyids. They used to wear a certain type of cap. That is, due to that they are called as Kuladhara. Matlab dharinchina Kula type of cap, dharinchina Sayyid dynasty. Cap, not skull cap, certain different cap. Thread, like French. Vatta Kiruttal, 23 prelims. See, when you read history, particularly during Sangam age, there is something called as anybody know this meaning of this? Nadukkal. When you read Sangam, you might find this word in NCRTC, even in the classroom. Have you seen KGF chapter 2? Okay, most of the people have seen it. In the beginning, in the Hindu introduction and the before, even that also, they will go and excavate his rock. Excavate in a place rock, and suddenly the rock, Rocky Bai appears to a rock. In ancient Sangam age, whenever a hero fighting against an enemy got killed in that fight, he is treated as a hero, martyr by that community, and based on that character they used to sculpt the rock. Nowadays we have pictures, photographs, etc., right? That time we don't have it. So they used to sculpt a rock and represent in the center of their village or temple, etc. That practice is called as Nadukkal, hero stones. Erecting hero stones. That you will read in NCRTs, in Sangam classes. When I went to prelims, 23 prelims. Vatta Kiruttal, I don't know. The question was, in the Sangam age, a popular practice of Vatta Kiruttal was which of the following? He gave me a hint. What is the hint? In the Sangam age. So my basics, I have to connect my basics to the question. I don't want to search everything, control F in the history. I just want to go and search for Sangam age. Now break it. Vatta plus Kiruttal. I don't know. Kiruttal, some song in Tamil movie. But Tal, I know. Sounding. Nadukkal, there are few more words which are sounding relative to Nadukkal. I connected that Kal to Tal. Al, Tamil. So then okay, Nadukkal related to death. Hero died and they erected a stone statue. Vatta Kiruttal related to some death concept. I went and checked with the options. One of the options, last option says that after getting defeated in a war or something battle, the king will die itself, suicide. I thought it might be related to Vatta Kiruttal. It is correct. Do I know? I am a MA history from University of Delhi, one of the top universities, not just in India, in the world. I don't know about Vatta Kiruttal. For the first time in my life, I am noticing that word. Still, for PhD candidates of history, it is very difficult. Trust me. But still, he connected the basics. How do UPSC knows that will be very difficult? Still, candidates will answer because strong basics. Right now, it seems very difficult. Sometimes you have to play the risk factor. When you go and check this question, write down this word. I want you to write this word. Padimaglir is a historical term used during Mauryan period. Why? Because when you check Vatta Kiruttal 2023 in prelims paper, the first option, kings employing female bodyguards. Actually, that is wrong option. It is not Vatta Kiruttal, but kings employing women bodyguards. That is called as Padimagalir. Wrong option. Possibility of that question repeated in the future. The term Padimagalir reflects which of the following? Kings employing female bodyguards. Which period? Mauryan period. There is one more word also, something Sri Magalil something, a very lengthy and critical word. Avoid it, not necessary. Any question till now? Huh? Write down this. Historical sites. First one was, what was first one? First, diversity. Terminologies. In that respect to subjects. And now write down second. Historical sites. See, I am not speaking historical names that we covered. Terminologies. Now historical sites. In that keep a hyphen, write down location, importance of that place. Location, comma, importance. Write down in that subtopic bullet points. I mean, in which areas we need to focus on historical sites. First one, ports, port areas. See, hardly we have 10 or 15, not even 15, 10 or 11 port cities across the timeline within India. Right? Just mug up those port cities. One is where they are located, which period, and if any special significance. Only one or two has very special significance. Just know that. Ports, keep a note making at the end of your history notes. 1 or 2 pages. Ashokan sites, Harappan sites, Chalcolithic sites, megalithic sites, ancient capital cities, cultural sites, particularly Ajanta, Ellora, Mahabalipuram, Sahogara, etc. Sanchi. Ajanta was repeated 3 or 4 times. Very popular site. Ellora also couple of times. See, this is again repeated by UPSC. When you read about geography, I told national park, you'll read the river, which state, river, habitat. Even nowadays they are asking historical site, which river passes through it, which valley it is located. He is not just asking historical reference, geographical reference also. Example, Ajanta is on the gorge of Wagora river. It is not neither in Krishna or Godavari. Actually, it is in between. There is a Wagora river. Ajanta lies in the gorge of Wagora river. Fine. One more thing. Tirupati, Rayalaseema. Rayalaseema is neither a state nor a district. It is generally considered as a region. Vidarbha region, Saurashtra region, Kutch region, Kongu Nadu, it's a Coimbatore and neighbor regions in Tamil Nadu. It's a region. Once he asked a pilgrimage, Tirupati, Shirdi, etc. and he gave the regions, not the states, not the districts, regions. So be mindful of that. Example, when I say this is 24 prelims. First we'll speak of 21 prelims. Can you see it? Voice. Burza Home, located where? Very popular site. History optional, very important site. Burza Home, where it is located? It's a Paleolithic site. Earliest Paleolithic site. In Kashmir. Kashmir, in POK. Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Burza Home, rock cut strains. Rock cut strain matlab caves, cave architecture like Ellora, Ajanta, etc. Burza Home, historical place well known for Paleolithics and few megalithic burials. This is wrong. Chandraketugad, terracotta art. Chandraketugad is a major port city in Mauryan periods. Ganeshwar, Chandraketugad is Ashokan site. Ganeshwar, have you finished history? Okay, fine. When you read history, Ganeshwar is a Harappan site. Very popular for copper artifacts. Because Harappan is a Chalcolithic age. Copper, bronze, popular. So Ganeshwar, located in somewhere in Rajasthan, copper artifact, correct. So now answer is D, 2 and 3. One is wrong. Option is D. Now tell me, Chandraketugad and Ganeshwar, even Burza Home, are directly picked from NCERT. 12th class NCERT. Themes in Indian history, there will be Indian maps for every chapter or so. They picked it directly from NCERT. This is 21 prelims. Now look back. This is 24 prelims. Chandraketugad. If a person analyzed 21 prelims, he will answer this. Where is Chandraketugad located? Chandraketugad, where it is? West Bengal. I told you port city. West Bengal, trading port town. Correct. But it is not Odisha. It is West Bengal. Now the statement. Inamgaon, Chalcolithic site. Yes, one of the late Harappan site also. Maharashtra, correct. Chalihundam, Andhra Pradesh, rock cut cave strains, is not rock cut cave strains. Mangadu, Kerala, megalithic sites, both are 2 and 3. Actually it is little difficult, but if you have analyzed PYQs and read NCERTs very well, it is easy. See, this is location, this is importance. Here importance. They are not just asking location, importance of that site during that period. Sohagara was asked 2 times, 2016 and 17 prelims. No need to write, just focus. It belongs to Ashokan period, Ashokan site, where there is an inscription saying that in that area, Gorakhpur district, UP, famine happened. And Sohagara inscription says that Ashoka provided relief, famine relief to people. That was mentioned in Sohagara. Important. (2016 or 18 prelims) with reference to art and archaeological history of India, which one among the following was made earliest? Matlab timeline, chronology also important for a location. When I say Chandraketugad and Arikamedu, Arikamedu is in Cholas, Tamil Nadu. Which of the both made earliest? Chandraketugad. Lothal, important Harappan site, made earliest to Chandraketugad. Next, Arikamedu. Next, Mahabalipuram. Now you tell me which is the correct answer? Lingaraja temple at Bhubaneswar, rock cut elephant at Dhauli, rock cut monuments at Mahabalipuram, Varaha image at Udaygiri. Huh? You can eliminate option 1. How? See, making temple a little advanced, making rock cut primitive historically. So you can eliminate 1. And Lingaraja temple, even today worship is going on. Answer is B. Varaha image at Udaygiri. Mind you, there are 2 places named as Udaygiri. One is Udaygiri Khandagiri caves, Odisha. Udaygiri in Madhya Pradesh also. Varaha image at Udaygiri in Madhya Pradesh. Rock cut monuments at Mahabalipuram, Pallavas, 6th century. See, Dhauli is which site? Which period? Ashoka. Ashoka made rock cut elephant. Kalinga war. After that he made rock cut elephant at Dhauli. Dhauli is in Kalinga, Odisha. I'll tell you a story of rock cut elephant. Buddha, when Buddha's mother. Who was Buddha's mother? Gautami. Gautami was stepmother. Her mother, original mother, died during childbirth itself. Even I forgot. Leave it. Buddha's mother, when she went to Lumini Park, Nepal, India border, labor pain. So she was in labor pain, and the elephant, it was actually in a dream actually, a white elephant with wings, it came into the womb of mother, and that developed later into Buddha, Siddhartha. He came out and he walked a couple of distances, and that foot marks will be there, right? They printed as gold, and leave it, it's all myth and folklore. It's there in Buddhist text, all these things. Ashoka, who is an ardent follower of Buddhist, he want to replicate that scene into some architecture. He made that rock cut elephant. Go and watch the picture. Literally an elephant comes out of a womb, a rock like a structure. 50% of elephant is there, 50% is inside the rock. That is made at Dhauli. After Kalinga war, he want to say something that Buddha will come and save you. So Dhauli, ancient. Now this is 2018 or something. This is 2022 prelims. First one, Dhauli, Ashoka major rock edit. First one, Odisha, correct. Erragudi, Andhra Pradesh. Erra, matlab Telugu word, Gudi. Break it, AP, correct. Kurnool district. It's a rock edit made by Ashoka. Jaugada, Madhya Pradesh. Kalsi, Karnataka. Jaugada, where is Jaugada? Major rock edit of Ashoka, Odisha. Kalsi, Uttarakhand. So these two are wrong, these two are right. Only two. This is again a small observation. It will not work every time. Whenever UPSC gives 4, 2 only will be correct. Couple of times I don't know exactly, so I went with only 2. It was correct. And in the PYQs I observed 4 if it gives 2 most probably will be correct, 2 will be wrong. These are last resort risk behavior. Avoid. Historical sites, second diversity, third diversity. Put the heading, World Organization and Mandate. What do you mean by mandate? You have a doubt? You want to leave? Yeah, you can. No need to seek permission. You planned a data. Now enjoy. World Organization mandate. Anybody, what do you mean by mandate? Meaning of mandate? Did I explain? Mandate? No, I think that class. Compulsion to do. Good. That is mandatory. But your understanding is very clear. You want to ask a question? No, the behind. You can ask me. No, not a problem. It's okay. You want to answer the question? Mandate. Huh? I did not understand. Order. Okay, very near. Good. Boys. The boys. What do you mean by mandate? Judgment, rules, resolution, provisions. Actually, girls are little right. See, I'll take this example. When a leader asked, please take it very light, not against anybody. ప్రతి అక్కకు ప్రతి చెల్లెకు మీ అందరికీ నేను చెప్పదలుచుకుంది ఏంటంటే అక్కడ బటన్ నొక్కండి స్కీములు రై 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 అండ్ డోంట్ టేక్ ఎనీ నేమ్స్. When I saw that he is appealing people to vote for him, right? When 2019 elections happened, nearly 150 seats was taken by that party in AP elections. Now, in 2024 elections, nearly 85% voter turnout happened in AP. Telangana very less, particularly Hyderabad very less. AP 85%. Now, see, whenever a person comes to polling booth and wait for a long time, and comparatively speaking, AP violence happened ultramax level. Telangana and AP elections, caste, religion, etc., etc. Still, people came, voted to certain party. The ruling party, which became opposition, maybe it might become opposition, not yet confirmed. 11 seats. The 150 to 11, not even 10%. Drastic fall, and people came and voted for certain party which was opposition in early. Here people want to make a statement, an order or an appeal, obligation to TD, the party which was in opposition. You come to party, you throw that party, we don't want to that party, you come and rectify the errors made by that party. That is the mandate. BJP, which was in power, I can take BJP's name, not a problem. 2019, 303 seats, I guess. I remember 303 or 306. This time 243, somewhere there. 60 more than 60 variation is there. Now people shifted their mandate, their obligation to certain other party. Mandate matlab giving the leader, the prime minister or chief minister, some obligation, some order to do something, welfare schemes, etc., for the people of that state or country. That is mandate. If I come to power, I will build a temple. People want a temple, they will give mandate by voting. Okay, if you come to power, build the temple. This bridge, steel bridge, before making this MLA might have told that they will build a bridge, steel bridge, so that it will reduce the traffic here. It is a mandate. People will believe and vote. People want that. So it is a mandate upon that MLA to build it. Am I clear? That is mandate. Matlab, chief policy or chief idea behind that functioning. I want to function to fulfill the aspirations of people, voters. That is mandate. World Organization and mandate matlab the chief functioning of that organization. Why it is there? IMF, World Bank, it is there to provide credit to the countries in need. That is the mandate of these two bodies. United Nations, what is the simple basic mandate? Anybody? To keep peace, good. World peace, world order, international order, and to avoid next world war. That is a basic line, mandate of United Nations. Like that, whenever you find an organization within a newspaper or wherever it is, you find the website, go to that website. In that website, here there will be about us in the portal. Just click it, know about that organization, where it is located, what is the mandate, whether India is a member of that organization or not. Example, here I did not mention OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. India is not a member. IEA, one of the previous 22 prelims, International Energy Agency, India is not a member. G7, India is not a member. Good. You're getting my point? Why? Because in the PYQs 2 or 3 times they asked India is a member of and gave 3 or 4, etc. etc. That's the reason major organization know whether India is a member or not. Again, the major, you can note it down: WTO, IMF and World Bank, UN, specialized agencies. There are lots of agencies. World Toilet Organization, it's not a UN agency, but still they asked in 24 prelims. Sometimes such type of random questions will be there, not to worry. NATO and EU, these are relevant for mains also, because NATO was in the news. How many members are there? NATO, I think 24 prelims they asked. Turkey rescinded the membership of NATO. Wrong statement. Turkey avoided Finland and Sweden membership. Later it gave. That was in the news. See, clarity. And G7, which region of Italy G7 summit took place? Outreach summit. Italy, which region? Apulia region. They might ask Apulia region, where it is located? Italy. SCO will be happening in Kazan. Where it is located? SCO or I guess so. Kazan, Russia. How many members are there in BRICS? 20, 24, good, 10. How many members are there in G20? Member countries, 20. I asked member countries, not members. There is difference. How many member countries are there in G20? 19 countries plus European Union plus African Union. 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 countries separately. European and how many countries we have? 23. Just check. I forgot. 55 in African Union. You calculate all the, do the number math, and the number is member countries. Membership 20 plus 1. 1 is African Union. Last year we conducted the G20 summit. This year, which country? Brazil. Next year, South Africa. So India, Brazil, South Africa, these 3 are current chairs called as Troika of G20. Troika matlab 3, the preceding, current, future, the next wala, upcoming. India, Brazil, South Africa. G7 in the previous, which country? Japan. Now Italy. Go and search for the next G20, G7. Africa Union, Africa is a favorite topic of UPSC. In future, for mains it might ask. BRICS 2017 Fortaleza Declaration related to which of the following organization? BRICS. Samarkand Declaration, SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Where is Shanghai? Fourth, diversity here, popular themes where UPSC repeats multiple questions. I'll read it out. Jainism and Buddhism every year 1 or 2 minimum. In just a second. Popular themes in brackets, keep some brackets and write down. Write down this word. In-depth knowledge. In-depth knowledge. See, I am UPSC person, examiner. I will give you repeated themes. I am expecting you to analyze what are the repeated themes and go in depth of those themes. I am giving you opportunity to clear prelims by repeating the themes. Why would I expect you to answer basic questions? I want to increase the difficulty, 6 lakhs filter, so I will go in depth. So I will repeat the themes, but I will go in depth. So for you in those areas, someone asked, I think you asked about exhaustive preparation. In this area, do exhaustive preparation. It will fetch you marks. Write down Jainism and Buddhism brackets, persons, philosophy, sites, traditions, art and architecture. Anything it can ask. Popular themes across various subjects actually. Second one, Vijayanagara Empire. Every year one must question. Taxation, writers and travelers. Write down this also. Foreign travelers in Vijayanagara. When I say foreign travelers, how the question will be made? For example, Nunis, Abdur Razak, foreign travelers, are contemporary to which of the following kings or dynasties? Shatavahanas, important, sites, culture in the sense their religion, Buddhism, or inscriptions, even polity also sometimes. Dedicated chapter is there in Themes in Indian History, Part 1, 12th class textbook. A dedicated chapter is there. So Shatavahanas is important. In Puranas, Shatavahanas are called as Andhras. 3 or 4 times asked in CDS and CAPF exam. Rakasi Tangadi battle or Tallikota battle related to Vijayanagara, demise of Vijayanagara. Books and authors, any period, ancient, medieval. Nowadays they asked the modern question also. Which was the modern question related to books and authors this year, 24? A modern related, current affair. Huh? Jaishankar, Subramaniam Jaishankar. The Indian way, why Bharat matters. At the end of the class, remember, just remind me, I'll tell you a story regarding these things. Books and authors, ancient and medieval. They'll ask book, they'll ask author, or sometimes they will give the description. Malavika Agnimitram is a love story of Agnimitra and Malavika. It was asked 2019, I guess. Kalidasa. Africa, recently very much popular in UPSC circles. This year 5 questions. Africa, Mera Bharat Mahan. Next, after that, Mera Africa Mahan. Love your Africa. When I say Africa, how to read Africa? Geographical features, species, very popular in Africa. Polity, when I say polity, international relations. Which country, what do you say, military coups or Chinese investments or any war happening. Sudan, that before the prelims I told about Sudan, it came. Not just because of me, it's a coincidence, but Africa is a popular theme. Please don't miss any article related to Africa. Again, exhaustive preparation in Africa. Parliament and Constitution, every year couple of questions. Constitution and Parliament. Capital and money market, monetary policy. Any question? These themes I told you, in-depth knowledge, multiple times revision. If one of the theme is mentioned in NCERT, mug it up. Okay. See this question, 23 question. Again, what is the purpose of constitution? What is the constitutional government matlab? What is a constitutional government? How does, I told you state 4 parameters, territory, population, etc., etc. Constitutional government, what is a constitutional government? How do you define it? That's it. Limitations on the government is constitutional government. That's it. how much he zigzags the words, parajumble it, etc. Avoid it. One only word, limit the powers or the scope of powers of executive or legislature, government, end of the day. Executive matlab prime minister, president, etc. These are the part of executive, government. It is constitution, right? Constitution. How much, see, chief purpose or core idea, etc., etc. Constitution, this is itself. This was asked how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even many other times. This was the 23 prelims. I'll tell you. What do you say? This thing. 23 prelims. After I saw, I was very prepared. I was very confident that I'll clear prelims. At least I'll sit for mains. I don't know whether I'll clear this prelim attempt or not. I don't know. But I was very sure with the preparation I had that I'll clear prelims. I'll sit for mains because I love mains. Prelims was a little my weak area. After seeing the unfamiliar kind of questions, in 22 prelims we have 8 questions having only 1 pair, only 2 pair, only 3 pair, 8 questions. I thought, okay, this type of experiment UPSC will do in 23, but maybe 10 questions, 15 questions maximum. But in 23 prelims there are 60 questions, whether they are only 1, only 2, that type of questions, or statement 1, statement 2, assertion reasoning questions. Simple questions are nowhere. Familiarity. I saw the paper, first 10 to 15 minutes. This is the time where UPSC mentally eliminates everybody. The only 1% or 2% are experienced guys who gave multiple, at least sat for mains. Those are who, what do you say, guys who will survive. I saw all the questions, I got a little disappointed. But still I have faith on myself that somewhere here I trust in UPSC. That somewhere here or there hints will be given. My basics are very good, my preparation is very good. I'll try to decode every question. After seeing second reading, I saw this question. I practiced PYQs, analyzed PYQs, right? After seeing so much of unfamiliar and difficult question, after seeing this question, the next thing I got into my mind was, "Nu nijangane question nanu adugutunnava Radhika." That was it. I got like, oh, why this question? 5 times, 6 times you are repeating the same question even in the most difficult paper also. అర్థమవుతుందని చెప్పేది? Constitution, because here in prelims they are testing basics, conceptual clarity of a candidate. When you say constitution, you need to have a command, a basic command over the constitution. Who sat or who was the first elected president of Constituent Assembly? 24 prelims. Somewhere in 1990s, that question was asked. Again they repeated in 24. Still people are making mistake. They are confused with Sachindananda Sinha, Rajendra Prasad. So the point I want to make is that keep your basics so strong. You want to say something? A joke? Tell me. Naku cheppochu kada. Some fun is needed in the preparation and particularly during exam. Parliamentary form of government meaning matlab executive is responsible to legislature. That is parliamentary form. Govern this. Again, that is also limitation. You need to answer to the parliament. Prime Minister, everything, he has to answer to the parliament. Both opposition and ruling. Same goes with constitution government. Limitations upon the actions of government. Right on? Pollution and related technologies. One more. So UPSC is also like Radhika. It troubles you, it delicate mind untadi, disturb ayipotadi. So you need people like Marcus in your life to have fun and like daddy. Legislative acts. Example, write down, I'll tell you. Wildlife Protection Act 1972, most popular, in depth you need to study, brought by Indira Gandhi government. He is a very, what do you say, staunch environmentalist, Indira Gandhi. Many institutions came during that time. Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Second one, Environmental Protection Act 1986. Water in bracket, right? Prevention and Control of Pollution Act. Same goes with air control and pollution. See example, how he will frame a question. He will go in depth, right, in these legislative acts. One more, write this thing. Biological Diversity Act or Biodiversity Act 2002, very important. One mains question, couple of prelims question was asked. Biological Diversity Act 2002. Forest Conservation Act, Forest Rights Act 2006. Forest Conservation Act 1980. Forest Rights Act 2006. Two questions were asked in FRA, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It's the in charge in the implementation of FRA regarding tribes. Central Pollution Control Board, listen very carefully. This is a board composed under or brought under Air Pollution and Prevention of Pollution Act, but it functions under the provisions of Water Act. See the difference? That he will catch it and put it in a paper. Central Groundwater Authority, composed under Environmental Pollution Act, Protection Act. Something, the body which was composed or brought under that act, he will be asking. Simple question. Couple of times it was asked. Next, questions related to carbon, nitrogen and sulfur compounds. Acid rains, 3 times it was asked. Nitrous oxides, sulfur oxides, acid rains. See, legislative acts, it is related to mains also. Sometimes he might give which of the following acts are related to environmental governance in India. 22 mains. Environmental judgments in India. What are the various environmental judgments? That will decode in mains ka thing. Groundwater reports, levels, etc. And rivers. When I say rivers, which are polluted by which material? Example, lakes. Kodaikanal was heavily polluted by mercury pollution. Previously they asked which of the following lakes are artificial in nature. Answer, Kodaikanal lake, because it was in use due to mercury pollution, and it's a question of NCERT 10th class, I guess. Pollution in daily life, matlab cool drinks, lipstick, plastic pollution in plastic water bottles, or outside the food you eat. We have lots of harmful compounds. Now I think in Hyderabad lots of food outlets are getting raids. Triclosan toiletries, which we use in toilet soaps, etc. Cool drinks, lipsticks, ice creams. Ice cream was asked in 24 prelims. Plastic pollution, microplastic. Vehicle pollution, obviously. Thermal plants, important. Location and the gases which are released by thermal power plants. Most dangerous emitting industries, thermal power plants. That's the reason they want to shift from thermal power plants to green hydrogen. And methane. Methane is important. Paddy cultivation. Rice is the most emitting source of methane. Do wetlands emit methane? Wetlands. Yes. But see, some form of methane and carbon dioxide are good for earth. Why? Biogas. Tell me. Methane gas, which organism? Microbes, okay, fine. For Earth, I don't know which organism as such takes methane. Maybe I have to go and search. During lockdown, I watched this movie called as Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer in a movie on Netflix, Netflix or whatever it is. Snowpiercer. It's a movie. Actually, it's a movie and web series. Web series was made later. The problem is that it is in futuristic, like Kalki movie. Future lo ఏమవుతుందంటే it is a global warming, etc., carbon footprint. So it is making Earth uninhabitable. So what did people do? They adopted a technology called as geoengineering. New term. Now you tell me. Break it. Geo and engineering. Engineering, you know. Engineering. Geo matlab Earth. Engineer the Earth. How? Send it to Kota. Prepare it for IIT. It become engineer. Geo Earth. Engineer matlab manipulate its functioning. Engineer its functioning. Climatic functioning. So they came up in that Snowpiercer movie. What did they do? Matlab, they created a type of artificial what is enclosure for Earth. If this is the Earth, ozone layer will protect from UV rays. In that movie, ozone layer completely destroyed. Incoming radiation will boil up the Earth. People will die. So they created an artificial ozone layer type of thing where even 1% of UV rays will not enter, right? And incoming solar radiation is not so harmful compared to outgoing terrestrial radiation, because the Earth emits radiation. Even we human emits some thermal emissions, not radiation but thermal heat. We also release heat. That heat will be locked up within atmosphere by carbon dioxide. It will make heat in Earth. It will boil the Earth, right? Not the sun rays, but the Earth will heat up. From that sun rays, it will make the global warming. To reduce that, they completely avoided sun rays. Now you tell me what will happen. Earth needs to keep warm. Some temperature is needed to keep it warm. Otherwise, first what will happen? Huh? First what will happen? No rains, good. Huh? See, Earth need temperature. Now there is no temperature. It will drastically fall down. The mercury will, the cool temperature. It will turn into ice age. Everything snow. Even a plant life, even any life will not survive. Everything will freeze within seconds. See, either two. You are in a desert with a high temperature. You will not die instantly. You will fall down. You will collapse. You will lose your consciousness. You will fall for. You will sleep, or you will die later, gradually. But if you go to extreme cool temperatures, you will die instantly. Your brain will freeze. Your heart will freeze. Your blood will flow will freeze. Everything will freeze. You will die. That in that movie used to happen. So what did they do? Even if you can't be at one place, because you'll froze to death. So what did they do? They created a train across the Earth, railway line, a train, an express, where it moves the Earth constantly, keeps on moving. In that train, very big train, people will be there, the survivors. In that also, movie is wonderful, very visionary movie. Rich will be in top first sections of bogies, coaches. The poor will be last two. Compact, very poor. Snowpiercer, matlab snow is covered by snow every time. It pierces. That is the reason Snowpiercer. In that train, people will survive. Again, later it was made as a web series. The concept here is, I saw the movie before in the lockdown. The concept island is geoengineering. In reality, it is happening. Yes, it was not tested on a global scale, but it is a working model. It is a artificial rains. How did they do it? Geoengineering. They can make oceans, the water, to extract more carbon dioxide by spraying some chemical with the boats or helicopters. Geoengineering. Anything tampering with the geological feature, geoengineering. That movie they used to, I learned the concept of geoengineering technique. It is to combat climate change, but it is not feasible. Now you understood, because Earth will turn into ice age where no organism will survive. So that is a related technology regarding prelims, pollution and the thing. So carbon dioxide, methane, these harmful, not harmful unless they become overdosed. These are important because we need to survive based on heat. Without heat, it will turn into ice age. So there should be a balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide or carbon compounds. Methane is a carbon compound. There should be a balance. Too much of acid rains, not good. Less, not good. A balance. Humans are accelerating these compounds. That's the reason global warming. Sixth one, places in news, context and location. There are 8, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll conclude. Places in news, context and location. Context matlab? What is context? Description, good. Context. Why it is in news? Previously, he just asked the places in news, location. But gradually he is shifting from, because it is a repeated theme, he will go in depth. He is asking context. Why it is in news? What is the purpose? What is the reason? Not just that area, but they are connecting with multiple areas where same incident is happening. Economic crisis, Venezuela is happening. Somewhere in Taiwan it is happening, they are connecting both. So in news they are isolated, but it is your job to connect it. Example, in 23 prelims, they asked about Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger. These three in the previous year, they are affected by military coup, where military took over the civilian government and lots of radical elements appeared in both the three, and both belong to Africa. They asked which of the following is common to all these three. Military coup. Somalia, they asked hunger deaths. Pirates are attacking and taking all out the merchandise boats, ships to feed the people of Somalia. There was an incident I saw in a documentary where a child, a small African child, where the ribs, malnutritious child, are out and without clothes he was roaming, and due to heat and without food, he just dies on the desert area, and the vulture comes up and picks the body and takes away for the food. That is the situation in Somalia. One of the documentaries. It's very pitiful. That question was asked in last prelims, 23 prelims. Here it is. Which one of the following countries has been suffering from decades of civil strife? People and food shortages, and was in news in the recent past for very severe famine. Here there are three hints. One is decades of civil war. First. Second, food shortages. Third, severe famine. Three hints should be common among these four. Civil strife might be in Angola also, but not severe famine. Recent part, someone was asking how many years we have to study current affairs. This Somalia from the past 10 years, same condition. Should I recommend you to read past 10 years current affairs? No. Just understand, okay, this is a relevant issue happening from a long time, that's it. But I recommend you to stick with one and a half year. If it is India, maybe 2 years. World, one and a half year. 22, this is 23 prelims, 22 prelims. Which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into desert? Answer is B, Lake Fagubine. In Asia, if the question was mentioned, the answer would be Aral Sea. Actually, Aral Sea is a very big lake. They changed the name into sea. It became very like a desert. That fact is mentioned in NCERT, 12th NCERT, Contemporary World Politics, with a picture. The same question will be put in the prelims, but will not answer because we are not reading NCERTs properly. It is not current affairs. Every question seems to be current affairs, not. Again, Africa. Term Levant. Anybody know what do you mean by Levant? What is the answer? Okay, fine. You know ISIS? What is ISIS? Organization. Which organization? Terrorist organization. Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. That is the name. It is a front of Al Qaeda. Active. Al Qaeda became dormant after Bin Laden's death, assassination. Then active ISIS became active. ISIS, another name is called as ISIL, Islamic State of Iraq and Levant. One more name to ISIS is Daesh, Daesh. How do I know all these things? Editorials. I told you, if you find new word, try to highlight it. In that Levant, matlab, ISIS, Iraq and Syria, people think that Islamic State is related to only Iraq and Syria. Levant is a bigger region like Rayalaseema. I am not comparing both the things, but Rayalaseema is a region, Vidarbha is a region, Kalinga is a region, not state, not district, a bigger region. Like Levant is a bigger region comprising eastern parts of Mediterranean Sea. Same Turkey, the Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, some parts of Egypt, these together called as Levant. One more thing, Levant, the term was there in history Tamil Nadu SCRT book that people suggest, right? It was there, one of the MCQs. Go and do Control F and type Levant. You'll find in the PDF. Option A. Now your duty is to check the other options. There you mention Africa. Very important. Seventh one. Species hyphen habitat, behavior and interesting facts. One more important type of question, format of the question. Species. See, Indian Forest Service, the people who are about to write, and the normal our civil servants batch, same prelims. So environment and ecology, they have to go in depth because their specialization, forest officers, they should have good command over not just forest, how does animal behave also, then only they can rescue or they can. So it is an imperative on us to prepare animal behavior, but there are millions of flora and fauna. How to prepare? Elephant is one of the famous UPSC interest. Tiger, birds, some types of fish. Did I ask you this question? What is the difference between poisonous and venomous? Good. So these are again terms based, you need to understand. Write down, this is where I try to get the information. Write down the source. One is NCERT, class 11 and 12 biology NCERT, particularly related to environment. Many pictures and examples are given. Even this year, 24 prelims, couple of questions are given directly from 12th class biology NCERT. Fig, the tree fig question was from NCERT. Poisonous and venomous question, NCERT. 12th class NCERT. This is a must. Second, this is out of my curiosity, I read, I might have told you, National Geographic Kids magazine. Only online subscription is available. Per magazine it is 50 rupees, 50 or 60. You need to get it from Kerala. If you go to Manorama website, you can order it for 300 rupees for 6 months. See, this is on your interest. Your basics are very good. You need to cover extra. You need to go extra mile to answer 1 or 2 questions. These will be helpful. Right from day one, don't do it as such. National Geographic Kids Magazine. And obviously Netflix and Sony ka Discovery and these things ka documentaries are there. That should be your hobby from the childhood. Right now in 1.5 years you can't do it, so I don't want to suggest that. It should be realistic. But focus on the animals which are previously given. Do some basic research. What do you mean by filter feeder? 21 ka prelims, filter feeder. Filter feeder ante enti? Have you seen Hanuman movie? In that starting introduction song lo, the Hanuman goes to the eat the sun like mango, and he will throw Vajrayudham, and the drop of the blood comes and fall into a, what is that? Alchippa. Yeah, Alchippa it is. Mussels or something they call it as. Shell basically. It closes up and later it becomes pearl. Actually pearl is the waste material left over by the shell after eating something edible, nutritious, waste over. That only we sell it with a cost. That is closing. Shell is closing by taking whatever it finds and filter it out the waste. You might have seen blue whale or whatever whale it is. When it wants to eat, it opens its mouth and takes all the fish and water and the waste material into its mouth, and it will eat the fish or prawns or shrimp. It will digest it. Water will be there, right? Salt water. It will extract to fins. That is the reason whales will come to the surface, take some oxygen, filter it out the waste water. That is filter feeder. Now, can you answer? Oyster. Understood? What is filter feeder? Basics. The meaning of the term filter feeder. Nocturnal animals. What do you mean by nocturnal? Active in night, hunt in night. Diurnal, hunt in daylight. Crepuscular, both. Owl, bat, nocturnal. Tiger, diurnal. The meaning and the example. In your childhood, have you played this game called as Sonic? Sonic. There used to be a hedgehog and they used to throw rings and used to collect it. No idea? Movie? No, this question I got like that because that's a popular game which I used to play in my childhood, and I saw the movie. The question was related to that. Elephant, again 2018 ka question. Leader of the elephant group is female. Recently I read an article in Guardians saying that elephants call each other by a name, it seems. It is the only species apart from humans which recognize other elephants through a name. Very interesting. One last thing and I'll leave you. This is 2018 question. Some mushrooms, some species of snakes are viviparous. Viviparous matlab eating egg. Eating egg and digesting it. Viviparous. Some species of marine mammals are herbivorous. This is 2018 question. See, 23 question. Same, some. All of the above. Mushrooms, again one more favorite for UPSC. Lions do not have a particular bearing. See, cats, there is a... Write the difference of, no need to write, just to make this picture. Have you observed when you cross the road, there will be street dogs. Whenever new street dogs are they do bhav and they will follow and they will usko bhaga dete. Have you observed? Because street dogs are territorial in nature. Example, This is a habitat, natural habitat of a animal, maybe tiger. Habitat is a bigger one. A forest, whole forest or a park is a habitat. In that habitat, some area, radius, is a territory of that tiger. Like that, it can be one more territory. It can be a bigger, smaller, but smaller than habitat. This is T1. This is T2. Tiger 1, tiger 2. It is male tiger, it is female tiger. Female tiger has cubs, it has to hunt for more food, bigger territory. Now, the tiger, male tiger is entering into the territory of tiger 2, T2. It will have aggressive fight with tiger 1 because this is the territory of tiger 2 marked by her body fluids, sweat, urine, etc. etc. You understood? Likewise, dogs have territory, ilaka. Kutta ka ilaka bolte hai, Hindi. Like that, we have cats, lion, tiger, snow leopard, cheetahs. They have territory. That's the reason in documentaries there is a territorial fight. Even in Gundas they have Koti Nadi, Kartavad Dedi. If you come and Koti and do Vasuli, I'll fight you. Same animal behavior. Understood? Like that, animals have territory. Territory is more than a habitat, wrong. Habitat will always be greater than territory. Understood? Bandipur National Park is a habitat for tiger. Kawal Tiger Reserve, Amrabad, Kaziranga, it is also habitat for tiger. But tiger will not go there and live. It is not their territory. Here it is a territory, smaller. Understood? Yeah. So leopards are highly aggressive compared to lions and male cheetahs. Which of the following is not a bird? Golden mahasir. 3 times it was asked. 2018, 2022. Mahasir matlab fish. Found in many rivers of the country. Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari, Ganga. Last one, write down. We'll complete it. Preamble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times. In future also we'll ask. He is repeating preamble. He will go in depth. What is the, concept, core idea of preamble? What is the status of preamble before amending it? Right? What do you understand by integrity? How many types of justice is mentioned? Preamble, legal effect or not? Whether it is legally binding or not? You tell me this thing. 21 prelims, very good question. With reference to Madanapalli, anybody from Andhra? Madanapalli, ఏ జిల్లా? ఏ జిల్లా అమ్మ? Madanapalli? చిత్తూరా? ఇప్పుడు ప్రీవియస్లీ చిత్తూరే, ఇప్పుడు అన్నమయ్య డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ అనుకుంటా. Previously yes, చిత్తూరు. Madanapalli of AP, which of the following is correct? Pingali Venkaya designed tricolor national flag here. Student, first option A. Pattabi Sitaraman led the Quit India movement of Andhra region. Both the names are Telugu, Pattabi and Pingali. Rabindranath Tagore translated the national anthem from Bengali to English here. Madam Blavatsky and Colonel Olcott set up Theosophical Society here. Which of the following is correct? C, A, B. మనకు తెలియదు, గట్టిగా తెలియదు, రాయేద్దాం, ఏది షూట్ అవుతే అది. పర్ఫెక్ట్ తెలిస్తే చెప్పండి. సి, బికాజ్ యూ సా ద కీ పేపర్, అంతే కదా, చదివారా? ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ సి. బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఆస్పిరెంట్స్ థింక్ దట్ సి ఈజ్ మోస్ట్ అన్లైక్లీ. either A or B, because they are Telugu people and see strategic position. He might have given C into A. The moment I see A, I think A will be the correct answer, or B. I don't want to I don't have enough patience to read all the options. A, Vijayawada, not Madanapalli. 1920, when Gandhi came to Vijayawada, Pingali Venkaya, he made tricolor with Charaka. He handed over it to Mahatma Gandhi at Vijayawada session. Gandhi session. Pattabi Sitaramaiah. Actually, there are I'm not very sure the answer. People say that it is Machilipatnam, Vijayawada to Machilipatnam. Some people say that even in Nellore district. I'm not very sure which is the exact place where he led the movement. He is Madanapalla. Rabindranath Tagore translated national anthem. He is Adayar, Chennai. Adayar river, Adayar place, Chennai. After they set up Theosophical Society, Annie Besant took over after some time. What is the source of this question? Current affairs, spectrum, Bipin Chandra, NCERT, which NCERT? 12th themes in India, NCERT, which NCERT? Huh? Independence, political science NCERT. UPSC is saying even 6th class textbook, I'll give you the question, still you will go wrong. NCERT 6th class, today go and check it, online PDF is available. Social and political life, civics ka textbook, first chapter, diversity on the left side, somewhere corner, Janagana Manava translated by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore from Bengali to English in February 1919 at the Madanapalla in the district of Chittoor. Now you understood. In the previous session, one of the students they asked whether to make notes from NCERT or not. Now you tell me, you'll make every note from the corner? No, NCERT is read it 10 times. Current affairs magazine you needed to read 1 or 2 times. Avoid. There is no returns from that. NCERT 10 times you read it, returns are there. Every nook and corner you should be very well versed of. Maps, pictures, notes. This is at the front page. Understood? I just want you to just don't need to write anything if it's up to you. Whenever a term starts with bio, UPSC will go mad, will go crazy. I will give 2015 to 24 this year also. Membrane bioreactors. Anything starts with bio, related to bio, they will ask. One question. So fascination with bio, UPSC ka fascination, anything related to bio, you go and check. I found all these things. Bio. I don't know what is the thing. Because lots of research in science, general science happens with bio, matlab life. It might be related to plants, animals, human beings. Human beings, biotechnology, cell, DNA, vaccines, etc. etc. Whenever for science and technology, how to read it? You read an initiative, a technology, go back to the science behind it. How does it function? Kavach, I'll tell you an example. You go to metro, right? You swipe the card. You go to any supermarket, you swipe the card, right? Sometimes just like tap, sometimes you do it, the swiping, and you do Paytm scanner, Phone Pay scanner, Google Pay scanner. Which technology we use in that? Which type of technology or what technology we use it at? There is a key term. Microchips. Paytm scan lo microchips ekkada use chesto. Okay. Now tap also. Chip is for safety, authentication. Chip will be on the top, but you are swiping on the back side. Cloning చేయకుండా ఉండడానికి microchip. Near field communication. When you scan phone pay, you are bringing the phone to the QR code. QR code ante QR matlab quick response code. Some digital thing will be there. You need to code. You need to bring the phone nearby. Near field communication. You can't keep 1 kilometer or 1 feet to scan it. Near field communication. Now come back. You might have seen big apartments. When a car comes now, parking that will open barricade to go inside. You might have observed. Even FASTag, at least this might be FASTag. Whenever a car comes now, automatically it will raise. Then near the camera or the CCTV, it will scan the car, the FASTag code and this thing, what do you say, number plate, FASTag tag also. So that is which technology? RFID, radio frequency identification tag. Kavach, someone was asking, Kavach, radio waves, one what do you say, the tower, how will scan the, how will it will detect kilometers apart? Radio waves. Technology, radio frequency identification tag. Both these are PYQs. NFC, RFID. Know the difference. In mains or in prelims, he will ask, how does it function? This is it. We don't observe every day. We scan Paytm, but we don't know how does it work. It is needed. RFID, radio frequency identification tag, where at distance we can detect the thing. RFID. Understood? So in science and technology, that is needed. Vaccines, how does it work? What is the application behind it? Etc. Any question till now? See, this is all my analysis. You go and back, take the printouts of all these PYQs. You do your own analysis. You might get a new point which I might have missed it. It should be your approach to the exam rather than others. We can push 30% or something. Ask me, ma'am. Ask me, it's okay, anything. Any question? If you have no questions, we can wind up. Question leva? Cheppandi. If you are a fresher, first attempt, I don't want you to miss the cutoff by few marks. Why to give chance to UPSC? At the end of the day, NCERTs are the valid source rather than reading monthly compilations. For satisfaction, read once. NCERTs, the best thing is that they are prepared by government. So the source, they will not believe in private source or international sources, rather than they believe their own source. Controversy free. That's the reason they choose NCERTs. Few informations are very good. The standard, the language, the examples they quote, that's the reason. Geography, you read it. Geography, history, you read it. Economics, not needed. Political science, not needed. 11th and 12th is fine. Sometimes 10th if your basics are not good. If you have no questions, then you can leave. Thank you.